Hey all, Altarian here with another Godzilla review. Today we'll be taking a look at the NECA 2014 12-inch head-to-tail Godzilla figure. This was NECA's first Godzilla figure that they've released, and it's very, very cool. I know they're working on a couple other ones. They have a 12-inch tall version, which is 24 inches from head to tail, and then they're also released a 1994 version. That's actually in the mail, and I'll be doing a review on that next week. And then they're also doing a 1985 version. Which is coming out at some point in time in the near future. But this is their first one, and it took me forever to actually get one of these, because every time I'd have the money for one, it would be sold out and be like $30, which is ridiculous. So I finally was able to get one of these. I'm very, very happy with him. He's very cool. He has a lot of nice articulation. He has a very, very nice sculpt that I think is pretty dead on, which I would hope since they used the CG file for this, the CG model from the movie. So the sculpt is dead on, the paint is really, really good, and the articulation is also pretty good. So we'll take a look here at articulation first. So we'll start with the head. The head can go up and down, and it can turn from side to side. Same thing with the neck here. The neck can move too. It can't really go up and down too much, but it can go side to side a decent amount. So if you have the head and the neck turned, he can kind of turn his head pretty decently. The mouth also opens here. Opens and closes, and you can see there's a tongue in there, which is pretty nice, and there's a lot of nice little teeth details. I'm going to take a closer look. We'll see if we can get that. The torso, or the up middle body, or whatever you want to call this, does turn, and it has, again, a little bit of range of motion for there. So again, if you turn him like that, he kind of looks like he's turning around kind of deal. So it's pretty cool articulation-wise. The arms, both arms kind of go out. They do spin around like that. Spin full 360. The elbows rotate and bend. This one's looser. This one's kind of stiff to bend. And then the wrists rotate. They have a bit of movement here on their own. And then they rotate and move around a little bit. Let me see. What else do we got here? The legs, the hips. They have a decent range of movement here. They can flex back and forth, and then they can go in and out a little bit. The knees rotate a bit, and they don't really have a bend to them, but they do rotate. And then the feet, again, they can rotate all the way around, and they do have a bit of a movement there, and then of course a little bit forward and backwards. The tail is pretty decent. If we take a look at the tail here, it has several points of articulation on the tail. This rotates at the base here, and then this rotates, and then this rotates. And then this bit of the tail, there's a wire in here, so you can bend it. You can bend it in a couple different ways. Obviously, like anything with a wire, the more you bend it, the faster it's probably going to break, which isn't any good, but yeah, if you bend it a lot, it'll break faster, but you can pose it pretty well, which is pretty cool. So like I said, he has a pretty decent range of articulation, so he can pose pretty well. And he is, as of right now, easily the best version of the 2014 Godzilla. Easily the best version of him so far. I'm really excited to see how this thing stands up to the Monster Arts version. That's coming out in a couple months. I do have him on pre-order, so when I get him, I'll be doing a comparison between NECA and the Monster Arts figure. I'm hoping NECA stands up, because this is a really, really good figure, and it's $20, which is significantly cheaper than the $70 Monster Arts figure. So, like I said, it's really good. I'm hoping it stands up pretty well to it, but we'll see that in a couple months when the Monster Arts figure comes out. So like I said, we'll take a closer look at him, see if we can get any of this to come across on this camera. So we'll take a closer look at the head here. I do like the eyes on this. Like I said in another video I did of a 2014 figure, the eyes are... Not many figures get the eyes right. They're always too big, but his eyes are pretty good. I'm very, very happy with the eyes on this guy. And again, we have the mouth here. You can see the tongue kind of in there. And then, of course, there's the teeth details on there. So he has a pretty nice sculpt, pretty nice paint app. He's a nice charcoal gray. And as you can see kind of in here, there's also a little variety in the paint color. There's some variety mixed out throughout this entire thing. You can kind of really see it on the hip. There's some different colorations along the tail there. And of course his chest is a lighter color as well, a lighter brownish color, which is really cool. So you can see there's a lot of nice, really texture on here, a lot of nice paint on here. The spines are really cool. They're rubbery, but a lot of these shorter spines hurt. When you had to put the tail on, it was kind of painful. But the spines are really cool. Like I said, this figure overall is very well detailed, very well sculpted, very well painted. He's a very good figure, and he does have peg holes on the bottom of his feet, probably to display him in something. But again, like I said, he looks very cool. He's spot on sculpt wise. I'm very happy with him. Like I said, he does have some cool poses that you can put him in. Overall, very satisfied with this figure. I would absolutely recommend him. So I'm going to cut to some size comparisons here that I did, just like in my last Godzilla review. I'm going to cut to some size comparisons so you can kind of see how he stacks up to some of the other stuff that's out there. And then I'll be back, and yeah, so I'll be right back.
And first up we have Godzilla from NECA compared to the Bandai Creations Millennium Series Godzilla. And here we have him compared to the Atomic Roar 2014 figure. And here is the NECA figure compared to my entire current Godzilla collection. From left to right we have the Bandai Creations Millennium Series Godzilla, the Bandai Creations 1954 Godzilla. In the back is the Diamond Select Toys 1989 Godzilla Vinyl Bank. In front of him on the left is the Running Press Lights and Sounds Little Godzilla 2014 figure, then the Destruction Packs Godzilla 2014 figure, and then we have the NECA figure. Behind him is the Atomic Roar figure, and lastly on the right is the Hallmark 2014 Hallmark ornament. And now we are going to go back to the main review.
Alright, and we're back here with the kind of wrap up here. So like I said, I got him for around 20 bucks off Amazon. That's typically what he goes for when Amazon is directly selling them. Once he sells out, though, he goes up to around 30 bucks on Amazon. So like I said, if you can find him for around 20, I would say definitely go for it. I mean, you could spend 30 on him. I do feel like he is worth 30 bucks. I just didn't want to spend that kind of money on him when I knew I could get him cheaper. But he's probably worth that. He does have a really nice feel to him. He has he has a nice weight to him. He does feel really nice and a really nice quality. First NECA figure, and he was definitely worth the cost. And I'm looking forward to getting the 94 one here in the next couple days. Like I said, I'll be doing a review on him next week, which will be pretty cool. So, like I said, I would definitely recommend this guy. 20 bucks if you can find him. Sometimes he's more depending on where you get him from. But I would absolutely recommend this guy. And I'll be back here on Friday with another review. I don't really know what it's going to be yet. I should have an Eagle Moss ship ready. I just don't have any more right now. The Kretum ship was my last Eagle Moss ship, but I should be getting some more of those guys tomorrow. So hopefully I can get a review out of, it should be the Nebula class USS Honshu, I want to say. So I'll be back with that on Friday. Otherwise, I'll have something else, backup review, probably a DST ship or something. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on Friday. And if you like my videos, please subscribe.